we are back. Week 5. We back
sir.
in here. And it's crazy. We ain't been canceled yet. So that's a good sign.
We just keep getting better, man.
Like I said, we back. Episode 5 of Black Gold Radio. You know, it's the one and only Blake Robinson. And
your boy SOP.
And we got a special guest today.
Yes, sir. This man is the owner of Somas Ramen Shop. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of him. He just had an article done on him in Flintside, I believe. My guy, Jeffrance Ford. What's happening, man?
What's going on with you, bro?
Man, nothing, man. Just good to have you here. I know we've been trying to do this for a little minute now. I've been wanting to have you on the show, actually, since we started. So it's an honor to have you, my brother.
For sure, man. The pleasure is mine. I like coming here, for sure.
Most definitely. So, basically, so you got an event coming up.
Before we get into that, what's socials? Let's shout them out. Just everybody. So
shout your socials out, Jeff.
Okay, so on Facebook, for the business page, if you go to Facebook and you go to the search bar and you type in Somas, SOMAS, business page, you will see a logo with a ramen bowl pop up. That is me. I'd love to have you go on there and like and comment and subscribe on that, so that'd be cool. On Instagram, I also have a business account, and that account is Somas Ramen, SOMAS Ramen. Same logo, same thing. And I really appreciate if I can give that some love, because I'm actually trying to get the fan base on there just as popular.
Let's get it.
So I'm kind of interested. You know, obviously, you know, we live in the city of Flint, and so, you know, where did you get the idea for a ramen shop? Because that's a dope idea that we haven't seen, you know, before.
So that's a question I get a lot. Actually, I get that question a lot, and it was so a spur of the moment type of thing. It was almost amazing because I watch anime, and I love to cook, and I always said that I wanted to be a business owner, a restaurateur, someone who worked for himself, an entrepreneur. But I never knew what it was that I would be cooking.
Right.
And one day I just was like, well, you know, I was watching anime at work on my break. You know, I had did all my work up, so I had freed myself some time to watch some anime, and it was Shokugeki, which is Shokugeki no Soma, which is what a lot of people know it as Food Wars, and I really respected that anime, and it just took off from there, and I was like, I'm gonna just make ramen, and I was working at Mamong at the farmers market, which is I'm pretty sure all of you know that is the pho spot in the farmers market that sells the pho. They're really popular, and I was working there, and I was like, I'm just gonna sell ramen, and it just boom.
Dope.
So what is pho? I don't even know what pho is. You out of school, man.
Okay. For sure. I love food and I love culture. So pho is a Vietnamese beef noodle soup. So that is traditionally you see it with Thai basil, rice noodles, a beef broth, a beef bone broth. You really strong warming spices like, you know, coriander, cinnamon, star anise, you know, cardamom. You start seeing those spices come in because those are the spices that are associated with warmth in the culinary field. And beef brisket, which is usually cooked in the broth itself, or sometimes chicken, which is also cooked in the broth itself. And you know, you get your little bean sprouts, that type of thing.
So what's the biggest difference between pho and ramen?
Well, one is that like I said, pho is Vietnamese. That's a Vietnamese dish. Now ramen actually originated in China, but either way it go, Chinese and Japanese, they're still two very different cultures from Vietnam. So that's the first major difference. Second difference is that our noodles, the noodles that we use for the bowls are literally texturally and taste profile different. The spices used in making the broth are also different spices. You will never see me using cardamom in my broth, just because it's not a profile that I want to go for. Also, tare. That's the main. I think that's the number one seal right there. The tare is the seasoning that you use for ramen. So I don't salt. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't salt my broth. Right. So all the seasoning from my broth comes from a concentrated mixture called tare. You know, we found that out because I did the research.
Oh, dope.
And another difference would be a soft boiled egg. You know, he doesn't have that.
Got you.
I did. So that's it.
Okay. So how long have you been doing the ramen at this point?
At this point, it's been just turned a year in May. It's just turned a year. Well, actually, it's been under a year because I first started off just selling regular food like chicken wings, fries, desserts that I made up like little cheesecake. I just started selling whatever. So technically, it's actually been under a year for the ramen. It's been maybe about 10 months.
And you done had a big ass growth in your business, like the people following you and everything since you started in that little amount of time.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's dope. That's real dope.
Yes, sir.
I know your first. I think I actually came to your first pop up.
You did.
You had at the. Well, I'll just go back a little bit. People might not know, but I've been knowing Jeffrance now for 5, 6, 7 years. We started off working at Genesis. We both worked in the kitchen at Genesis, and Jeff was like 19 at the time.
Yeah,
it was young as hell. So when he came in there, he was out there in the kitchen doing his thing. I wasn't cooking at Genesis though when he was there. I was doing the dietary aid, and he used to be out there. Him and actual Brent Diggs, the guy who owns You Pick Grocery, we all worked there at the same exact time. And but yeah, man, I pretty much saw a lot of potential in you. I'm not that much older. How old are you now?
24. I turned 25 this year.
So you 24. I'm about to be 30 this year. So
okay, for sure. Yeah.
So I ain't too much older than you, but I saw a lot of potential in you when I first saw you up there when they was like, yeah, this nigga going to college, 19, he out there cooking, and you could definitely see the potential there. So, but fast forward when you first told me that you was opening a ramen shop, man, I already knew. I was like, oh, this shit about to go off because I already knew, you was really skilled at cooking and everything. So we basically, you had your first pop up.
Yes.
I came to the pop up. I think Flint, was that the one that Flintside came out to?
Nope. My very first pop up was at the farmers market upstairs at Market Tap.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah. Are you talking about the very first ramen pop up?
The ramen. So,
yeah, you came to that one. So the very first ramen pop up. Sorry about that. That was at the local grocer.
Okay.
And yes, Flintside did come out to that pop up. I had a what do they call them? I don't know what they call them, but someone from the Flintside basically came out there, and they were yeah, well, we saw that this is on Facebook, and my very first pop up had like I said, it was a lot of people. My very first ramen pop up was the most successful ramen pop up, or one of the most successful ones, and it was very big, and a lot of it has circulated on Facebook like that.
Yeah.
So I was just about to ask, like, how did you get the word out about it if it's your first time?
Oh, so I did a lot of hustling. So at this time I didn't have a car, so I was catching the bus. So I was going to everywhere, like downtown Flint, everywhere, in different restaurants, different businesses, just passing out like flyers, and telling business cards, just telling people, like, yeah, I got a ramen pop up coming up, blah 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 blah. Most people, I'm pretty sure, just didn't even care, didn't even look for it, didn't give me a chance in hell.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was crazy because it actually worked. Me getting up at 7:00 in the morning to go catch that bus and drive to U of M and talk to everybody in anybody I can see, worked. Going to the library, talking to anybody I can see, worked. Going to the college and talking to my old professors that I had just graduated from college with, worked. You know what I'm saying? It was able to pull in a nice amount of people. That's how I was able to get all the word out.
And I think the thing that make your product special is the fact that you make your noodles from scratch. A lot of motherfuckers ain't make it. Like a lot, and people in Japan actually, like, ramen is really popular there.
Yeah.
But they will buy pre-made, like,
yes, sir,
the packs and put them in the thing and add stuff to it.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to see you over here in Flint making noodles from scratch with every bowl. That's wild.
Oh yeah, every bowl leaves that goes out to anybody. It's always been a from scratch bowl. And it's only because, like, when you look around in Flint, it's almost like a food desert. I remember when I didn't have a car, it was really hard for me to get access to food because I didn't want to shop at Landmark. I wanted to go to a more healthier, where I knew the food was going to be more, more safe for me and my family to eat.
Exactly.
And I don't mean to throw any no shade, but it's just I'm just telling the truth.
Right.
And so I only had access to convenience store food, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that's not good for me, like pops, chips, candy, sodas, that type of stuff, and I don't even eat that type of stuff. So I was like, yeah, when I get my chance, I'm definitely going to offer something that's sourced locally, something that definitely is, actually nutritious for you. That type of thing.
And so for the people that's never had ramen before, so I'm sure there's a lot of people in the city of Flint that, I mean, obviously you're putting them on game, but I'm sure a lot of people that haven't tried it before, so or not even familiar with it. So, what is ramen healthy? Is it not healthy? Like, what kind of, what does it taste like? What are the options? That sort of thing.
So that question, the answer to that question varies because there are different types of ramen. I specialize in the shoyu ramen, which means that I use a tare, that all my salt, all my flavor comes from my tare shoyu salt, soy sauce. So but my bowl is actually very healthy. So you get in my bowl of shoyu, you get whatever type of protein option that you want. If either it's going to be salmon, chicken, and I like to offer a large variety of vegetables. I always give people turnips, ginger, green onion, cilantro, radishes. I make up for like all of that. The broth is very light. You can eat 3 bowls of this stuff in one sitting because it's so light. That's one thing people always say, is that it's so light, it's so good. And the noodles, they aren't heavy. They give you a nice mouthfeel, but they don't like make you feel like ugh. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a good thing. So if you was to eat a tonkotsu bowl, that's pork. That's derived from pork bones. That's where they actually let the broth go for like 3 days, 4 days, a week sometimes, even, to where the broth just gets so milky, creamy because you done pulled all the collagen, all the fat, all the everything out of the bone. So it's just like at that point, it's just, that's not healthy for you. So if you eating that all the time, that's not good for you.
So you said pork. Now, like, what else do they usually kind of like meats wise?
They use pork belly for a topping. Okay. That's a very popular
the
topping.
bowl I got from you was salmon.
That's salmon. It
was salmon. That shit was good too.
Yeah, I saw that. That's really good because I sear my proteins with my spices. So that's why it's always good. It pairs well with the broth.
That's dope. So I know, Justin, you said something about an event before we kind of segue.
Yeah, so you got an event coming up. Is it Sunday, the 5th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's going on with the event? What you got popping?
So the event was I'm just gonna give you the whole rundown of the event actually. So Nick Welch, which is a very cool friend of mine that I met at a Jeff Sky concert here in Flint, Michigan. Like a little house concert. It was very cool. Shout out to Jeff. That's my man's. It was very cool, and I met Nick Welch, and Nick hit me up not that long ago. He was like, hey, if you want to do a collaborative pop-up, that'd be really dope. Let me know. Blase. Obviously, I said yes, and then I was like, okay, well, at this pop-up, I would really love to be able to support locally, like as I always do. And I was like, well, I want some music, Sky.
Right.
And it's only because, me and Sky have a history of doing collaborative pop-ups, to the point where I cook at a lot of his events, basically.
Gotcha.
And
water break.
Water break for sure.
Water, like, yeah, this is our show. We can do what we want.
Hell yeah.
Water break.
Yeah, I'm sorry for sure. Actually, let me get some more.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead, man. Get hydrated. It's been 90 degrees out here every fucking day. Like, we living in Nevada.
Man, what's the link? So how can I send this so she can watch?
What's the link? We gonna have Jay gonna have to send it to you in a message.
Several Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, is it on Facebook? Like, what is she going to watch it on?
I'll just keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gonna send it to you.
Okay.
But so what would you at? So you met with Nick.
I met Nick at Jeff Sky's concert. Me and Jeff Sky had a history of collaborating with each other. So I was always cooking. I remember one time when I first, I was like, hey, I just hit him up on Facebook, like, let me cook one of your events, and he was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Right.
And actually called me when he had an event.
No.
So that's how that happened. And the event that we have going on here is we're really trying to support, really trying to get people to be conscious about like supporting local.
Gotcha.
So, and with that, Nick Welch is a very farm, grow your own produce conscious type of guy, and I really love that energy about him. That's really what I love about him. So he's gonna get people to come through and see the garden that he's put together here in the city, and see how he manages to actually sustain himself off of that, and actually show people how they can do their own thing and get into it and start to learn how to be more self-efficient in the community, and also to encourage people to support local artists all the time, like whether it's not local artists, just local people, period.
Gotcha. So you selling ramen at the shop, like by the bowl, at the pop up by the bowl, or is it like they gotta buy a ticket before they come there, or how's it working?
So you just literally just pull up.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything so fancy like that, because it's not even all just about me.
Gotcha.
You know? Like this is an event where we're allowing people just to come in free to vend, just so they can get their product out there. This isn't even about me. Like in my opinion, I think I have a big enough clientele base at this point to sustain myself, and I know the know-hows to get more. This isn't about me. This is about us trying to help bring enlightenment to the masses of our community, to other local entrepreneurs.
Got you. Okay, that's real tight. And then you having performances by who?
So that's the cool thing. So we have performances by Jeff Sky and Figure the Kid.
Dope. Two dope artists from
Flint.
Very
dope artists from Flint. And we're also going to be having some guest speakers come in, and they're also going to speak on social injustices and how we can bring our community together. And I'll also be joining in on that, because that's like I said, this is all about the community. This isn't about me or Nick or Jeff.
Okay.
Know, so
yeah, I'm definitely gonna come out there and support, man.
For
I
sure.
got shit to do.
And where did you say it was at again?
This will be at the Art House Farm Hoop House. So if you go to Soma's business page and you go through our recent posts or recent events, you would definitely see this as a you would see this event basically, and they would give you the address basically.
Got you.
Okay, cool. So, with that being said, we're going to have you stick around for, the entire show today. So, we're going to go ahead and get into a music break, and we'll be back. So, this record, if we get it to play right, hopefully it plays right. It's Jeff Sky, the little boy Jeff Sky. The record's Big John's. So, let's get
go.
into it.
Yeah, I like that song.
Background go crazy on.
Baby, I know what's at stake. I need the cheese, baby, I know what's at stake. Okay, little sauce with it, I know what's at stake. Hey, if they talking money, I am on the way. Okay, I am on the way, I've been gaining weight. Okay, not literal, but when they speak my name. Okay, bad little thing, dollar and some change. I might gas her up a little bit, but she'll do the same. That's just how it supposed to be. She'll pick up where I'm lacking, need a man to beat it up, and I just boosted my attack, and I'ma roll up, spark up, and do me. Look good, feel good, baby, that's on me. Really been that nigga, I just stay low key. Me and your man the same age, calling me OG. Zoning out at times, trying to navigate through my thoughts. I be at work, still feeling like I'm a boss. Niggas running to the doctor sick, how I'm getting off. Every day I'm hustling, feel like Rick Ross. Boy, that shit you doing lame as hell, get lost. She threw it at a nigga, so you know it got mossed. Then she wanted me to stunt mode, hey, but you know a nigga bashful with it. And sometimes I'm just an asshole too. I'm moonwalking like Michael do. Hey, I need the bread, baby, I know what's at stake. I need the cheese, baby, I know what's at stake. Okay, little sauce with it, I know what's at stake. Hey, if they talking money, I am on the way. Okay, if they talking money, I am on the way. Okay.
Another Mike D exclusive.
Chris, California.
I'm about my cash every day. I roll my grass every day. Even though shit a game I don't play. You can bet it on me a parlay. I'm about my cash every day. I roll my grass every day. Even though shit a game I don't play. You can bet it on me a parlay. I be on the road with it. Bellinger and me go with it. Frustrated, the damn streets got hoes in it. But I still make the play, I gotta go get it. You will never hear me saying shit that I ain't doing. Rare breed, rare frequency, I've been know it. Little nigga had to fade in the ways. Fast forward, getting faded, creating my own wave. Yeah, I talk my shit, but I really be on it. Like 2, 3 up, then I really be on it. Baby girl get defensive when I really be honest. So I keep it to myself and move accordingly. Wanna manifest the necessary things into my life. Why she lying, say I fucked her when he hoe get so trite. Really into pleasing mine, that's a nerve what she like. And I'm down for my motherfucking brothers for life, little nigga. I'm about my cash every day. I roll my grass every day. Even though shit a game I don't play. No way, you can bet it on me a parlay. I'm about my cash every day. I roll my grass every day. Even though shit a game I don't play. No way, you can bet it on me a parlay. My cash every day. My grass every day. Every game I don't play. You can own me a parlay. Gotta hustle every day.
So let me pull you closer. We don't need no lights. Playing cops and robbers, reading you your rights. Look, so won't you say you love me just one more time? Never take it from me. If I need you close, would you come on back? Meet you at the door and put you on your back. Look,
I only feel it when you say it like that. Baby, won't you say it? Baby, won't you say it? Like that, baby, won't you say it? Baby, won't you say it? Please don't go away. When I'm with you, we out of control. You're taking over my soul. Back to back, I'ma stay tonight. Pop your top like a champagne bottle. Ride that shit full throttle. Seeing stars, we taking flight. Let me see you do it just like that. Go ahead and put me on my back. Resuscitate me, give me heart attack. Do it just like that. Do it just like that. Choke me out till I see static. Stir me up like I'm an addict. Follow you like I'm your caddy. You got me screaming, 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 daddy. Now tell me you love me. Oh yeah. Now get over here and fuck me. Just like that. I only feel it when you say it like that. Baby, won't you say it? Baby, won't you say it? I only feel it when you say it like that. Baby, won't you say it? Baby, won't you say it? Please don't go nowhere.
girl, I need you right here. And you killed the game, it ain't even quite fair. Got somewhere you need to be, we'll take a flight there. And anything you need, I got it right here. I only feel it when you let me get you right. Been in this hotel for the last 2 nights. Shade still drunk cause the sun too bright. Oh no, 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 I'm tryna save it cause I'm gon' have to jet soon. I don't think I'll make it out the bedroom. And the car's more temptation cause I can let the seats back and you know I got legs. Let me swim in your ocean. Say my name and I'm all in. Said you want my kids like that cause you know a nigga love when you say it like that. Oh,
I only feel it when you say it like that.
feel me? Baby, won't you say it? So we're back. Obviously, you know, we coming back with the second topic of the day. We are here with the one and only
Jeffrance Ford.
Thank you.
Yep. And so I just want to talk a little bit about this because I think this is an interesting dynamic. So obviously, both of y'all black men in owning restaurants that specialize in predominantly Asian food. So poke, Japanese, or ramen, more of Japanese, and poke is obviously Eastern Asian as well. So there always comes up this topic of about cultural appropriation, where one person comes in and just from another culture just kind of takes another culture's foods and resources or whatever and kind of markets them off as their own kind of thing. So I just wanted to see, have you guys ever been accused of that? And I guess what would your thoughts be on I guess you guys being in a business of a different culture?
Gotcha.
Okay.
So we have actually been contacted by some native Hawaiian people from Flint. I think it was when we got in social media, we got in the whole media frenzy last year when they had us in the news and on all them different newspapers and everything. And somebody inboxed us and was just like, "Hey, you didn't." They said something along the lines of, "We didn't get their permission to start selling poke."
Oh.
Yeah. It was y'all didn't go and get the native blessing to start selling it. So. Basically, I understood sort of where she was coming from because I know Hawaii, they very spiritual out there. You know what I'm saying? So I took it as maybe it was a spiritual blessing that to do something like that. Maybe we were supposed, but at the same time, it was like you can't tell two young black men that we need your permission to take something from anybody, because our culture has been stolen from us multiple times across the board.
Yeah. So
to me, it was just I definitely respected her for her opinion and everything, but at the same time, it was you can go to the corner store right now and buy some fried chicken. You can buy some macaroni and cheese, some damn potato wedges and all that shit. And it's an Arab man selling it to you. Or you can you could take your girl to the nail salon. It's Asians doing her nails. You could take her to the hair shop to get her weave and everything. It's Asians giving her that. You know what I'm saying? So we are one of the only, everything has been taken from us, literally, from what we know from our history of slavery and everything. But continued on down, our food is sold by other races, which I'm cool with diversity. There's nothing wrong with diversity. If it's an Asian person that's hey, I want to learn how to make I don't know, macaroni and cheese, that the baked shit that we do, I don't have a problem teaching them how to make it, you know what I'm saying? But just give me credit when the credit is due. If you're gonna take it and you're gonna sell it, give me the credit for it.
And I think that's one, not to cut you off, just being behind the scenes with the poke bowl. I know that y'all are the first people to big up where this came from. That was in your pitch, hey, this came from here, and we want to share with the world. So I don't, in my opinion, I don't think y'all were cultural appropriating just because your cultural appropriation is the idea of taking something without giving credit where credit is due.
Exactly.
And so if you're sharing it, then and you're saying, hey, this is where I got it from. You can't really say it's cultural appropriating because But I want to get your thoughts on it as well.
Okay, so just to add a little bit on that, so with me selling ramen, which is a popular dish that comes from Japan, technically China, but Japan popularly. I actually have had very good feedback from the Japanese ethnicity, the Japanese background. Period. My Japanese customers are very cool. They don't see anything wrong with me doing it. So I have a lot of people actually that just wants to try it just to see how it stacks up against ramen over there. And I think that's
the way it should be.
That'd just be so cool to me. I'd be really down with that. That'd be really, I'm really appreciative of that. I really get little lashback from the black community just a little bit. I have. And that was only from these young kids was like, oh well, you black, why you selling ramen? What's that? Blah 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 blah. They would just, in my opinion, they were ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And I've got that a couple times, but they're ignorant people for the most part. everyone loves what I have going on, and that's something that I really I'm appreciative of.
And one thing I can say about you too, like Blake was saying about us, when we first started doing pitch competitions and everything, man, we did heavy research. Like, it wasn't like we was like, oh, this is poke, and we just created whatever we wanted to create. Like, we did extensive research, not just on how to make poke, but just on where it originated from, who was eating it. You know, if there was anything into it, we did a lot of research, and that's one thing I can say about you too.
Yes, sir.
You definitely took that time and effort in and put in the research, and didn't just create your own version of what you thought ramen was.
No, I appreciate that too, because I did. I took a lot of time out of my days to see how they made the noodles, to see why they made the noodles, why they made them, to see how to substitute other ingredients that I might not have available to myself over here that they do over there. I saw, the closest relatives to those. I saw, how long they left the dough, how long they let it sit out and rest at room temperature. I watched all of that. I watched the different styles of ramen. I watched where they came from. I watched how they made them. And even though I don't make those different styles of ramen, I still know different techniques to different bowls, if need be. I can still marry two different techniques together and birth a new technique, or birth a new dish. And so that's the cool part when you do sit down, you do the research, and it not only gives you a little ticket of authenticity and credibility, but it also allows you to actually know your field. You know what I mean? And that's a really big advantage, and that's gonna differentiate you between, from those that don't, basically.
Yeah, and it seems like, honestly, just hearing you talk, over this segment and the last segment, that you're just, a fan of Japanese culture in general.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I am.
Yep.
I think it was. You brought up anime before, and obviously ramen now, and that inspired you enough to make the shop in the first place, or come up with the idea. So you can just tell that it's not the idea that you're trying to take anything from them as much as you're just trying to share it with other people.
Oh yeah, no. I've always told people that I'm actually taking a trip to Japan later this year. Me and my girlfriend actually just ordered our passports. We'll be going to Japan in August, which is my birthday month. That's my birthday gift to me.
Dope.
Happy
That's
birthday
dope.
to me. Yeah, we're going to Japan and coming back, and that's just so that I can actually go over there and get even more deeper understanding of what ramen is and what and what it means to them, and so when I come back to the city, I can share that
exactly,
because like that's my biggest thing. Is just like I'm a black man with dreads, and when people call my business, they don't never expect me to answer the phone.
Gotcha.
That always be the funniest part. They're like, "Whoa, I must have the wrong number." I'm like, "No, this is Somas."
KFC or some shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And that's another reason why I really prize myself on this business, because it's also to show people that black people have more talents outside of soul food. We have a lot of talents. Well, we are literally a talented people. So it's just like, that's one thing why I really appreciate myself in this business. Another is that I'm a huge fan of Japanese culture. Literally, like, I've always been a huge fan of their histories. Literally just looking at everything, though, the way they live life, the way they dress, different culture things they have going on over there. I just love it. Anime, I really just love it. I buy Japanese snacks. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing. So I just wanted to. That's just a part of me, and that's just me. That's just me being a businessman. That's just me.
Yeah.
And I think the cool thing about you, actually, and like same thing with us, is about us learning about it. See, when the lady had came and said that to us, like, it was like she didn't look at it from our perspective, where it was like these young men actually took the time to learn about my culture.
Yeah.
And not only did we learn about it, we actually had been sharing the story about how poke came about and all of these different, sharing the ingredients. It was like when we would do these pitch competitions, people wouldn't even know what poke was.
Yep.
So we would by the time they left and we was done with our pitch, they walked away knowing with a better appreciation for not just the dish, but the culture in general.
Exactly.
They knew the origin.
Exactly.
And it's that's the way I look at it. Like, if you're going to do something like that, you just got to give credit, where credit is due. I just watched a video the other day, actually, about cultural appropriation, about the guy who started Taco Bell, and it was a white guy, and so in Mexico, as you made it, because me and you both food connoisseurs. In Mexico, at least southern Mexico and in the middle of just South America in general, the tortilla that they use there is corn tortillas. And the thing about corn tortillas, as we know, they break really easy. So when you go up to, well, this is the thing that people don't know. They think flour tortillas are Americanized tortillas. Like Mexicans never ate flour tortillas; they only ate corn, and that's not the case. In Tex-Mex and northern Mexico, they ate flour tortillas, but it was just mainly about where like corn grew more down there, wheat grew more up towards the U.S. But basically, so the guy he met this Mexican woman, and she brought him in and showed him how to fry corn tortillas, and that was the thing that set off Taco Bell, because he, it would have been really hard because he wanted Taco Bell to be fast food but be Mexican. So it was like, how do you do that with a corn tortilla that we know breaks every time? You're not gonna have a good looking product for your marketing and everything. It just wouldn't look right. So when she showed him how to fry that damn tortilla, that literally sparked the idea for Taco Bell after that, and he gave them no credit. After they taught him their ways.
Oh, I never knew that.
And he gave him no credit. No. And the guy who was doing the video, he said his point was it wasn't really cultural appropriation, because when they finally went back and found the lady that he got the idea from, she said that she didn't care. But I still think it's cultural appropriation. That just because she don't care, the rest of everybody, I don't mean everybody else don't care.
It wasn't like she was the only lady that was making fried tortillas.
Exactly.
So exactly. It's a cultural thing. So just, I think you just gotta, like you said, show credit where credit is due. I think you guys also, because you talked about bringing the community together during the mic, during the last break or whatever. Yeah. I think it also invites a dope opportunity to, bring people from that culture into your business, people from Hawaii for yours, Japanese people for yours, and really just get a conversation going about, bringing people together. People that you might not ever thought would, sit down together and eat a bowl of your ramen and a bowl of your poke.
Exactly. And food is the biggest barrier breaker, man.
You know what? I've always said that food and music speak languages, like all languages, actually. I think food and music are the two main things that can always bring any group of people together.
Exactly.
And I actually mean that.
And sharing a meal is like, if you take it to the bare bones of it, you literally are sitting at a table sharing nourishment with each other, and then through that it usually sparks conversation and laughter. Exactly. Which is healthy. And you usually learn more about the person that you're sitting there eating across from,
which is what we need, by the way.
Exactly.
We need a lot of that right now.
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing wrong with, like at his event that he got coming up, it can be, it's probably going to be white people, black people, and it might be some Japanese people that pop up, or just Asian people in general that pop up, just because that's one of the, like you said earlier, it's a food desert here. And that's, right now, Somas Ramen Shop is the only place that I know of in this area where you're going to get some good quality ramen, unless you got to take your ass over to Walmart or some shit.
Right, and we not messing with the Walmart ramen.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, and that could be a gateway for them, too. They way away from home. They could be here at catering or school or something, and they missing their cuisine.
That's another thing that I like, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
That was another thing that I wanted to capitalize and capitalize on and actually bring attention to, because it's just like people like these college students are fed up with this food, man.
Yeah, man.
They really feel like their food is not being properly represented, like in the food courts, and it's because like they're getting the same day in and day out overcooked rice, frozen vegetables, and canned sauces, and packaged sauces, and it's just like, here goes your General Tso's, your teriyaki, whatever, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, I was like, yeah, I know they're tired of that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna just.
Well, I guess you could look at it from like, if we put ourselves in their shoes, if we know when something is not good when it comes to soul food. Yeah. Like if I eat somebody dressing, I know instantly if the shit is right or right. Or the greens.
That potato salad not hitting right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know if it's not right. So
if they made their mac with Kraft singles.
Exactly, man. That shit is just we know. So you got to put yourself in they shoes and say, okay, I'm in another country or in another spot, and the only Chinese place I can go to is this place over here.
Yeah.
When I go, all they got is General Tso chicken or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And they know damn well their grandma ain't never made General Tso chicken in their life. They ain't never seen a lot of them motherfuckers. They never seen General Tso chicken till they got over here. So, you know, man, it's just a lot of this is Americanized. Our food is about $1. It's not about, you know, it's not really health conscious. Especially, it's just this area. I won't say everywhere. Because you can go to Detroit and get some authentic Asian food or some authentic Jamaican. Where can you get Jamaican food here? I don't think you can get Jamaican food here.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, shout out to my boy Derek Neely. Derek Neely actually sells Jamaican jerk chicken. Derek, I have not forgot about you,
my dog.
And I love Derek's cooking because Derek actually, that's one cook that I can actually say cooks from his heart.
So I think I know Derek actually.
From the farmer's market.
Okay, yep.
Flour and
my
eggs.
Dog.
He used to work with Mitch Karras.
I didn't know he made. I'm gonna have to get some of his jerk chicken now, dog.
Man, he cooked good, man. His chili be fire.
So before, well, I guess I don't want to wrap up if we not.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we get into the next topic, we're gonna go into a break. But I mean, that's kind of brought on a good point. So go ahead and shout out some of the local people that are kind of that you guys think. Obviously, you know, 2 local restaurant owners. So what do y'all? Who are some restaurant owners that y'all?
Oh, who are we watching?
Applaud, yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
sorry to cut you off. The first one coming to my head is Spectacular Spuds with Keisha.
Yeah.
I actually met her at the beginning of this year. We had a meeting with the city of Flint had invited us to this meeting, and she was there.
She's a dope
entrepreneur. It was crazy because she had heard so much about us before we had met her.
Yeah,
and she just got a real great spirit. See, me, I'm in the energy, man. Like,
me too.
You can have some good ass food, but if you an asshole, I'm not shouting you out. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So. Shout out to Keisha. Shout out to Miss T. I think Miss T was both of our teacher at one point.
You want me to tell you something? You talking about Miss Tammy? T's Plentiful Salad?
Yep.
Man, that was my teacher at Skill Center when I was growing up, man. Like shout out to Miss Tammy for sure, because I love her salads. Miss Tammy, I love your salads. Like, she already know. I've been there for like the last 2-3 weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, shout out to her. I'll definitely say the Gumbo Trap lady.
Yeah, my Princess.
Yeah, Princess. You know what I'm saying? You are definitely a hustler. I got to give it to you. And I really like the go get attitude from her. Who else?
We've been shouting out all the black folks.
Hey,
we can keep it black.
Hey, man, for
keep
sure.
It black gold, baby.
I've been supporting black,
but I support it all. But
I do support it all. But I have been supporting black because it's important. Like, you know, it's important to actually support with your dollar. You actually, you know, it's important for us to support by our dollar. It's okay to. It's one thing to say it all day, like I support black owned, but it's another to actually get up and put action behind that. And so I don't mean to say that I don't support minority owned, because I actually do. I actually go to Detroit all the time. I'm all through Detroit and Lake Orion finding different minority owned businesses, and I give my dollar there. So that's that. But
it's impossible to build wealth within a community if you don't make that money bounce. So that's why it's important.
Yes, sir. And especially after this pandemic, is going to be especially important for us all to be supporting local. That way, that you know that's going to give a great boost in our economy and especially in our local communities.
Yeah, and I always say it's more important as to where we put the dollar than where it came from. So you know. If you out here drug dealing, just make sure your damn dollar go back to the black community. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting that shit in your Nikes and your motherfucking Gucci belts.
And your charger.
Exactly. But yeah, man, so we gonna get into the next music break. Who we got, Blake?
So, you know, if my phone will cooperate, hold on now.
Oh boy, you got that.
Here we go.
That boy got him a droid.
Hold on.
I can't even knock the droid. Look at my dog over here. He got the droid too.
Yeah, so the first record we're gonna get into is "Everything Is Better" with Figure the Kid and Jeff Sky. Everything's better with a blunt.
Both of them
I don't know anything about that.
Both of them will be performing at the event July 5th.
Okay,
let's get it.
Everything is better with a blunt. blunt. Everything is better with a blunt. I don't want no liquor in my cup. Rolling up, it got a nigga stuck. I don't plan on coming down for days. Roll another if I sober up. Everything is better with a blunt. It's how I put up with your shit, nigga. Everything is better with a blunt. Everything is better with a blunt. I don't want no liquor in my cup. Rolling up, it got a nigga stuck. I don't plan on coming down for days. Roll another if I sober up. Everything is better with a blunt. I just wanna get lit, nigga.
Roll one, smoke on, all that good shit. Yeah, everything is better with a blunt. Every day is better with a blunt. Rolling up morning ritual. I need money that's residual. Need a business slightly spiritual. Sunshine is critical. Hit my people, tell them come through. When they pull up, you know it's on. Damn past calling my phone. Why won't you leave me alone? Me and plotting planning with the team. Seem like we do it every day. Niggas press couldn't deal folded. You was with them losers anyway. We to keep my heart in the safe. I just had to guard it from the fakes. Leave campaign, need raise. Couple pounds of presidential shit. Smoke a hole over in the office. Blow a L, move past the losses. Niggas stop before they even start shit. Rolling up the gas till I'm exhausted.
Everything is better with a blunt. Everything is better with a blunt. I don't want no liquor in my cup. Rolling up, it got a nigga stuck. I don't plan on coming down for days. Roll another if I sober up. Everything is better with a blunt. That's how I put up with your shit, nigga. Everything is better with a blunt. Everything is better with a blunt. I don't want no liquor in my cup. Rolling up, it got a nigga stuck. I don't plan on coming down for days. Roll another if I sober up. Everything is better with a blunt. I just wanna get lit, nigga. Everything is better with a blunt. Sticky shit, my grinder wouldn't budge. No, my nigga, I don't want no liquor. Roll that shit up right here in the club. Break a swisher, take it to the face. Getting high to get it out the mud. Wake up every morning getting faded. Every time she call me, she be saying she want the medicine. Ain't nothing better when she getting high with the figure. Roll up another one. I'm on a cloud and she wanna ride with a nigga, vibe with a nigga. Wanna keep it real on God with a nigga. I love MJ cause she helps see the fake when I fade, looking through a red eye at a nigga. Going through shit so I stay lit, getting high while I'm praying for some patience. Another bill that's passing, a nigga need cash broke down cause I'm trying to make it make sense. I need another rolled up when the bass hit, cause I'm tired of the line and the fake shit. See a nigga stressed out and I can't vacate, so the next best thing is to take hit. And where the weed at, nigga? Everything is better with a blunt. Everything is better with a blunt. I don't want no liquor in my cup. Rolling up, it got a nigga stuck. I don't plan on coming down for days. Roll another if I sober up. Everything is better with a blunt. That's how I put up with your shit, nigga. Everything is better with a blunt. Everything is better with a blunt. I don't want no liquor in my cup. Rolling up, it got a nigga stuck. I don't plan on coming down for days. Roll another if I sober up. Everything is better with a blunt. I just wanna get lit, nigga.
I can't control my thoughts. Texting hoes I never come across. Still confused, I'm still alone and lost. Feeling used but knowing I can call. Who is understanding me? This level of insanity is damaging the rest of me. Yeah, gonna be the death of me. Yeah, damn it, damn it. Insecure, delusional and lost. Burning every bridge I come across. Paranoid, I'm hella bored, I'm flawed, stranded. Anxiety inside of me and sorrow. Shaded shadow demons that will follow. It's too dark for me to see tomorrow. Hopeless. When you dealing with a mental war, feeling like your mental isn't yours. I feel so alone, I'm insecure. Lonely. Feel like no one's with you when you pour. Struggles weighing on you even more. They'll love you when you at the morgue. I've been trying to prove to you I'm well. At a point where I can barely recognize myself. I just hope this Hennessy is healing me. Cause the pain that's into me is killing me. 2 a.m. I can't control my thoughts. Texting hoes I never come across. Still confused, I'm still alone and lost. Feeling used but knowing I can call. Who is understanding me? This level of insanity is damaging the rest of me. Yeah, gonna be the death of me. Yeah, no. Now I'm numb and now it's getting worse. Feeling starting to blend in with the curse. I can't even tell you why I'm hurt. Choices. Pick your poison, pick what you're destroying. Pick your path, they pick when you're important. Pick and choose with me and it's annoying. Love is real, but it feel non-existent. Love is starting to feel like competition. Love is why I'm feeling how I'm feeling. Lost. It's too hard explaining how I'm feeling. It's too hard explaining why I'm distant. I don't know, it just feel kinda different. I've been trying to prove to you I'm well, at a point where I can barely recognize myself. I just hope this Hennessy is healing me. Cause the pain that's into me is killing me. 2 a.m. I can't control my thoughts. Texting hoes I never come across. Still confused, I'm still alone and lost. Feeling used but no one I can call. Who is understanding me? This level of insanity is damaging the rest of me. Yeah, gonna be the death of me. Yeah.
It's a movie in my bedroom, bitch, take one. You say you like dick, let me see you take one. Rip a bitch apart, pull her by a lace front. Master P with this dick, make them bitches say, Eat that pussy like a dinner plate, on the dinner date. Got the baddest bitch up in the state, on the interstate. Ass real, but the titties fake, she keep her shit in shape. Pussy super wet, it's a lake, let me penetrate. I can feel her legs finna shake, yeah they finna shake. Her nigga called, hello, she forgot what she was finna say. Got the greatest dick alive, she done let me in them thighs. Put this dick in her head, now that bitch hypnotized. Hey, I command you bitches to get money. Hey, I command you bitches to get money. Hey, I command you bitches to get money. Ass up, face down, baby, shake that ass for me. Hey, I command you bitches to get money. Hey, I command you bitches to get money. Hey, I command you bitches to get money. Ass up, face down, baby, shake that ass for me.
Come here, bitch, bust it open for me, throw it for me, make it clap. Girl, you know me, bitch, don't try to hold me, that's your man. Girl, you know he owe me, you should pay me for him, baller up. Like a roly-poly, got my rollie on me, that's my pops. I'm a macaroni, got that makeup on me, her shit wet. She got that macaroni, throw it backward for me, cut the check. Girl, these diamonds on me, these are not zirconia, I'm a threat. Heard you hot and lonely, you should pull up on me, this a vet. This is not an oldie, baby, this a trophy. I'm not a trick, but I got 4K on me, feeling like a Sony. For the neck, but you can ride the pony if you not controlling. That pussy wet and she ain't put nothing on it, let me put some on it, ayy.
I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money. Ass up, face down, baby, shake that ass for me, ayy. I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money. Ass up, face down, baby, shake that ass for me, ayy.
She got a little ass, but I wanna buy a new one. Go ahead and pop that pussy, I know some karma sutra. She go dumb when she twerking, her friend go stupid. I'ma shoot my shot, if I don't make it, I'ma shoot. Let me put my phone out, I wanna make a movie. Throw that ass back while I pound and do something to me. I'm clapping cheeks, her friend holding the cell phone. Other friend got Febreze, now the smell gone. Bitch ass fat, make a nigga wanna throw his pocket. You niggas be broke, you need to cut your pockets. If you sell pussy and strip, I ain't gon' knock you. I'll shop, damn, never mind, I'm off topic.
I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money. Ass up, face down, baby, shake that ass for me, ayy. I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money, ayy. I command you bitches to get money. Ass up, face down, baby, shake that ass for me, ayy.
All right, we back. Blake about to go us and take us into the next topic in this motherfucker.
Yeah, so even before we get into that, so the records that we played over that last break were Hypnotized by Gun Hood Zeke. That was the most recent one. Shout out to him. Then we had Figure the Kid and Jeff Sky on the Everything Is Better. And the middle joint, I'm trying to remember what that
Car Convos and Big John.
No, that was the first. See, I ain't even shot the ones out for the first. I'm slacking. That was the one
slacking out there.
But yeah, we'll go through it before the end of the show and just shout out all the artists one more time. But
sure.
I wanted to get into this last topic of the day. So this has been breaking news. No, you good? Just
play.
I can say is whoops.
First time in the mic in the studio. But yeah, so we had this breaking news that happened the last couple days. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with the story, but you know, Jada Pinkett Smith has been trending topic on and August Alsina has been trending on Twitter. And so just to take you back, just from the beginning of the story. So a couple years ago, August Alsina. Everybody know who August Alsina is, right? The singer. He had a song about 10 years ago. That was.
Doing my dog.
Yeah. So he was hard, for that single. So, just a few years ago, he started, just randomly popping up with the Smith family. So you hop up on Instagram and, you'd see, him just randomly vacationing with all the Smiths.
Okay.
You go through his Instagram. He's taking pictures with Jada's mom. He hanging out with Willow, all this stuff like that. And so, fast forward a couple of years, or, fast forward a few months, he pops up on Jada Pinkett's show, the Red Table Talk, that's on Facebook. And he's talking about how, Jada and the Will Smith and their family just saved his life, and he was just in a dark place, a deep place, and people were like, okay, that's cool. So they just kind of mentored him, I guess, and kind of took him in. Fast forward a couple weeks after that, he writes this real sentimental, almost like I'm your man type of letter thanking Jada Pinkett Smith. And it's a little weird. It's a little weird. And so people are like, oh, they're in a relationship together, this, and that, and the third. And so fast forward even a couple more months down the road, he releases a video for a song called Nunya. Now, Nunya is a dope concept video where he's basically talking about a woman that doesn't appreciate him, and he's, it didn't work out, and he was in love, and it didn't work. And so the video comes out, and it's a animated video, kind of like how Jeff Sky be doing, but it's a text message conversation, and it's it's a text combo, and so the texts are popping up lyrics to the song, so it's like saying that she'll say something, and then he'll be responding. So it's literally like you're watching a real live conversation. And the crazy part is, throughout the course of the song, one of the GIFs pops up. It's just a random GIF of Jada Pinkett Smith. And so people are like, okay, that's weird, because she'd spend a lot of time with them and all that stuff like that. And come to find out, the name of the person that he was texting was Jada Pinkett Smith's middle name. And so people are like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, something ain't right. Like, and it's always been them rumors about Will and Jada being, swingers.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to last week, or to today, yesterday, August Alsina is doing he's doing an interview with Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club, talking about his album that's dropping, and he said basically, hey, I was in a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, on the side, and Will Smith gave me the blessing. So I want to get y'all thoughts on that. So what do y'all think about the whole situation? And then obviously Jada came out and said today, hey, we gotta. There's some healing that needs to take place.
I'm gonna let Jeff start, because Jeff in a whole relationship, so I want to get your perspective.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta go first.
I gotta go first.
All right. Honestly, with that, I'm just gonna give my opinion on it. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It doesn't mean that you should listen to me. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to me. It's simply my opinion, and I don't want to get any backlash from it, because everyone should be welcome to share their opinion.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's just that simple. So now I'll preach my sermon.
You're wrong, Jada.
Oh, jeez. All right, here I go. But anyway, though, with that, I can only love one person. Me. So I don't see myself being able to share my lover with someone else. So that for me is a weird situation. I couldn't see myself being in that situation. That is really weird. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say about that. It's just like those types of situations is just like, I feel like,
to me it's like, to each his own, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna have to be that type of thing. It's just gonna have to be that, because like I don't know how to do it, so I can't even comment. You see, I can't even comment on it, because I don't even operate that way. So it's just like, if you can get down like that, then definitely do your thing.
Yeah,
if it works for you, it works for you. As simple as that.
I think a lot of the backlash came from the fact that August Alsina was like in a dark place, and it seemed like Jada Pinkett took advantage of his ass. But then people are like, how can you take advantage of a grown ass man?
No. Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, see that right there? I see a grown man. People forget that a grown man is a person like everyone else.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, there is actually ways to manipulate grown men, and
it's like you can manipulate a grown ass woman,
and you can. And there are some people who are out here who are legit just shiesty enough to know their way around that playing field to actually pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, that's my take on that.
Yeah, man. I guess my perspective is, at the end of the day, to each his own. Like I said, they are married, and if Will gave him, this is why I look at it. Will probably smacking hella women. But yeah, he probably smacking hella women, you know what I'm saying? So
hey, I ain't gonna front though. And so here's the thing about Will, man. Like every once in a while, every so many years, you just randomly see him get cool with another woman actress or celebrity. Mm-hmm. So a couple of years ago, he shot a movie. Actually, most recently, everybody knows that he was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
So he in that movie. There was the person that played. It's a good movie. Shout out to WB.
Wait, y'all like Suicide Squad? What? Oh no!
What? I work for Warner Brothers.
Blake worked there, so he gonna say he got
Suicide.
He got to co-sign everything.
So
Warner Bros.
Yeah, Margot Robbie played she played Harley
Quinn, yep.
And so, think about that. And then, a few years before that, there was a movie called Focus where he, it was it didn't do that well, but it was a dope movie. I liked it. It was a dope movie.
I remember that.
And she played in that movie too. And that was actually shot before she was on. People don't know it came out after Wolf on Wall Street, but it was shot like 2 years before Wolf on Wall Street.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he kind of linked up with her a couple times, and they just had a real chemistry. Now, recently he's been, with this YouTube star named Liza Cozy. I think she's like Indian and white or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a Vine star that kind of gravitated into YouTube. You probably would know her if you saw her.
Okay.
And they just been randomly hanging out, and it's a 25-year age gap. So to the point where you shouldn't be friends with this person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying. So that's people been talking about that swinger stuff, man. Hey. I guess if it works for them too. I'm not gonna comment on someone else's relationship. If it works for you, it works for you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But hey,
this is one of them topics where I can't say too much.
You can't, because you don't want to step on the toes of no one, because everyone is so sensitive about this type of thing. That's what I was saying.
Because I don't like people in my business. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what I be doing with women.
Hey.
But man, to each his own. Jada Pinkett took advantage of this man. He was in a dark place. Will said he didn't give him his blessing. August Alsina said he did give him the blessing. I personally think Will told him, yeah, man, go ahead. Because he's smacking him anyway. So he's like, yeah, go ahead. Jada Pinkett, I'm going to tell you, I had a bad taste in my mouth for her ass ever since that Snoop shit. When she made Snoop apologize. And
Wait, what? Oh, maybe
this was some months ago, man, when she had him come on her show. I think Snoop went off on Gail. What was it, Gail?
Gail this might have been about the Kobe situation.
Yeah, yep. She interviewed somebody, and who was she interviewing? I can't remember who it was. It was some woman, and
she was interviewing Lisa Leslie.
Okay,
yeah.
And she started basically putting Kobe in a bad light, and then
and so
Snoop came out and said some shit like, he kind of threatened her, you know what I'm saying? But, he did threaten her.
And so my thing is this: if Snoop was out of line, I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
he was out of line.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was out of line for what he said, but at the same time, I felt like Jada Pinkett tried to make that shit about her. Like she just came up like, I felt like you said that about all of the women. And then the room just like, ooh.
And it was like,
like, yeah, okay.
And it was like, but you was best friends with Tupac though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Like this nigga was. We all know Tupac was saying bitch and everything. He was calling women all types of shit. But at the same time, he did up women. Tupac to me is one of the greatest rapper of all time to me. But
he's in the conversation.
he didn't used to be my top. It was Nas at first. But Nas is like a strong 2 behind Pac now. Now that I'm older. But yeah, man. She was around Pac, and Pac was saying all type of shit. And then, I know people grow. So when she was around Pac, she was in her 20s. And then now she's a older woman. So, right. I know it's going to hit different. Mm-hmm. But, at the same time, the nigga mama told him to apologize. So at that, everybody had to squash it. Once your mama tell you to do something, everybody else got to
Facts. Hey, that's low-key how the Nas and Jay-Z beef ended. Jay-Z's mom was like, yo, nah, you took that too far. Go apologize.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So that junk was squashed.
I didn't know that.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I think on that note, what we basically saying is to each his own.
And she took
definitely.
advantage of him.
Okay.
Just know that.
Hey.
You can't. I think what we got out of this, you can take advantage of a grown ass man just like you could do that to a grown ass woman.
Exactly.
Anyone can be. Let me just put it like this: it's like you can just leave the sexes out of it. Like anyone can be taken advantage of.
Exactly.
If they're not looking to have their guard up.
This is true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Especially if you're in a weakened state at this point in your life.
I mean, I remember
Or at
I
that
was in the
point
middle
your
of a fucking JCPenney one time, and a nigga came and took advantage of me selling me a fucking fake necklace. And he came and put fire under it. This nigga was the best salesman I ever heard in my entire life. And I bought it from him, and like 3 days later, that bitch broke.
That wasn't being taken advantage. You just got.
And he took advantage. I was only what, like,
and your neck was turning green for the next one.
Man, I'm telling you, he was like, man, you can buy this for your mama and that. I'm like, man, you need to be working for Alsina or some shit. You in the wrong line of business. But yeah, so bottom line, you can't be taken advantage of as a grown man.
Got you. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up on that note. We got 3 more songs to get into, but I want you to everybody shout out your event. You said this weekend.
So yeah, so the event for Somas Ramen will be July 5th at the Our House Farm Hoop House in Flint, Michigan. It's literally right down the street from La Azteca Taco House. I'm pretty sure everyone in Flint knows where La Azteca is. Yeah. But if you're not familiar with the area, could you please refer yourself to my business page on Facebook, and that is spelled SOMAS. Business page, Somas business page, and it'll definitely have a recent event post in there that'll give you the time, the date on when and how to find me, and exactly how to keep tabs on everything Somas.
Let's get it. And y'all can look for the performances too from Jeff Sky and
yes,
Figure the Kid, my dog.
Yeah, the Figure the Kid and Jeff. I'm really appreciative of y'all coming out for the event. Definitely a shout out for y'all. Thank you again for helping me support my dream and helping me bring something to the community. It's really appreciated. And I reciprocate the energy 100%.
Always.
That's what's up. So obviously, we kind of lost track of the songs we played today, but the list of every artist that was played will be in the description. So, and if you are an artist and you want to get your music heard on this, just message us. We want to play it. I want to hear all the talent. Same thing with Justin. We want to hear all the new artists that are in the city, or even the existing artists. So try to show love to everybody so we don't play the same, few people over and over again. But Jeff Sky definitely did get a lot of love today, so shout out to him. But we're going to go ahead and get into the last 3. So, this first one's going to be Black Love by the homie GS The Dream. The next one is going to be What I Need by Cameron Tyler. And the last one is going back to Jeff again for Planet Fitness. So let's get into it.
Let's go.
Try to twist it and make it seem like all we do is shoot each other or hurt each other, but just think with everything that's against us, we just develop that's stronger than other groups of people, you feel me?
It's crazy how you keep me feeling fly, even when they tryna clip my wings, and how you treat me like a king, even when they tryna kill my dream. And I can feel it, I feel them shooting at me daily, but around you I don't feel a thing but black love. Black love. Hey yo, this that dinner at your granny house right at the Sunday service. This that you ain't gotta put on makeup, girl, you perfect. This that boy, we came from kings and queens, you got this, why you nervous? This that girl that's about to take you back and know you don't deserve it. This my song, so now it's time to get down. This that mama whipped your ass and now it's hard to sit down. This that hand so good in space, it got me talking shit now. This that made it out and I could pay my mama rent now. Black and proud, whether you like it or love it. She been throwing down, so your auntie house be jumping. This that hospitality that make you think we southern. This that if my mama know your mama, then we cousins. Sometimes we gotta overlove and show love, cause they don't show us love, it's only us. They act like it's only thugs and we can't keep a job, it's only drugs. The fat boys glowing up, we on the up and up. Now finally started something that can't shut down, barely ever gotta ride the bus. Now looking at the top, it's only us now. Feeling fly, even when they tryna clip my wings, and how you treat me like a king, even when they tryna kill my dream. And I can feel it, I feel them shooting at me daily, but around you I don't feel a thing but black love. Black love. Hey look, this that family flying in to see you walk across the stage, and your mama get to clapping for before they even call your name. This for everyone that loved me back before I got some fame. This that nephew all up in your phone like, hey, you got some games. This that call at homies, brothers, cause how long y'all been friends. And your family do it too because they know what it is. If I'm on my last dollar, you still got 50 cents. This that let a nigga know you made it back to the crib. This is knowing everybody wanna be us, but they hate us. And they been doing everything they can to recreate us. All these black ideas making other people famous. When they finally give us credit, we be screaming like we made it. Ay, brush it off and make some paper. I'm gonna love you more than they can hate you, bro. Making moves, congratulations. I'll be everywhere just screaming, way to go. City on my back and they should know. I'ma put it down just for the crib. If you didn't know, it's pretty lit. Black love, I'm happy you exist. Black love, know you probably heard about it. This is that love. Say some things you don't mean, take it back, love. Don't know it's like you, but you know I got your back, love. It's black love, you should get yourself some black love. Black love, know you probably seen some black love. Play this record for your mama, this is black love. It's black love, black love.
I don't know what I mean, man, it's better than fucking niggas and niggas been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Throwing them in the sea. I don't know what you mean, I just know what I need. Man, it's bad to fuck with me cause a nigga been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Niggas chopping everybody and throwing them in the seas. I don't know what you mean, I just know what I need. Man, it's bad to fuck with me cause a nigga been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Niggas chopping everybody and throwing them in the seas. I just know what I need, bitch, you moving everybody that's in the way, best believe. Bitch, I had to go and get it like I was leaving my keys. Bitch, I had to go and get it, shit, I ain't know what I need. Need some money for some money, cause money ain't even free. I see you got all them additions, bro, money ain't what you need. You ain't even do the laundry, money ain't even clean. You ain't risking off the money, then don't you give it to me. I just know what I need. Niggas 30,000 me, this really ain't the matrix. Told you that I love you, didn't know that you was fake. Tell a nigga go out for me now like I'm Jamaican. Tell a nigga don't come around like I'm contagious. Niggas 30,000 me, this really ain't the matrix. Told you that I love you, didn't know that you was fake. Tell a nigga go out for me now like I'm Jamaican. Tell a nigga don't come around like I'm contagious. I don't know what you mean, I just know what I need. Man, it's bad to fuck with me cause a nigga been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Niggas chopping everybody and throwing them in the seas. I don't know what you mean, I just know what I need. Man, it's bad to fuck with me cause a nigga been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Niggas chopping everybody and throwing them in the seas.
Say what you doing, stand out the way. Yeah, I got me a big bag out the way. Niggas done reach their expiration and they out the date. Street full of wolves, ghosts and snakes, better find your place. Yo homie snitching and he overheard what you say. Ain't even plied since you came up on him out the way. These bitches all up in your business, you just fucking skate. And tell them you will be around, keep them up to date. Yo, you know me, I ain't got much to say. It's like they love you when you up and you can put a weight. When you was down, they wasn't around and he didn't compensate. I got something on me that'll make them levitate. For heaven's sake, that Draco kick, I call it Kevin Gates. I roll my pain in the wood and I meditate. I'm off somebody medication and I'm elevated. Weighing narcotics in his basement, chopping with a razor. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, I just know what I need. Man, it's bad to fuck with me cause a nigga been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Niggas chopping everybody and throwing them in the seas. I don't know what you mean, I just know what I need. Man, it's bad to fuck with me cause a nigga been feeling mean. Man, we chopping everybody that's in the way of the cream. Niggas chopping everybody and throwing them in the seas.
Throwing them in the seas. Throwing them in the seas.
Another Mike D exclusive.
How you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? How you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? I'm just trying to run you up on the fitness. How you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? How you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? What's the word? Don't talk much, make it happen. That's a verb. Introduce a couple lanes to this boot and the curb. Drop shit, and you know Got you on a high note. When we finish, then I roll up something. Please don't get the tripping, cause the worst thing you could probably do is too much. And you ain't really clingy, and that shit is so clutch. I don't say much, but I will say that you my type. From your mind to the way that thing sits alright, you feel me? Hey, 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 hey. How you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? Hey, hey, slow something up. How you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? I'm just trying to you up on the fitness. Hey, how you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up? Look, hey, how you doing? What you doing, baby? Can I pull up?
Yeah.